Hello everyone, as usual, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be just talking about what I want to do in the summer, what I want to focus on, and basically my goals for the summer, what my summer will be filled with. I made a little list here and I'm just going to talk you through it all. First thing I wrote down is walks. I love going on walks. I love just breathing the fresh air. I don't know, listening to a podcast or just to music and just slowing down and calming because I'm on a walk and nothing is bothering me. I can't do anything. All I can do is just walk and listen, and it makes me aware of what is happening around me. It gives me that space to think, and it's a great way to spend time. And I must for sure be going on more walks because the weather in Poland wasn't great up until now. It was very cold even yesterday, but today it's shining sun, so I hope I can enjoy the good weather on my walks. I really wish for it to happen. And while we're on moving on body, then I also want to try to work out a little. I want to get into yoga, try something of it, and maybe come back to Pilates because I haven't been working out in 10 months and I feel like I desperately need to get back to the self-awareness of my body, of moving my body, of what my body is able to withstand, and just build strength and stamina again, because I was on a good way and then school started and I lost all my progress, so we need to be getting back to it. And next thing I wrote down is journaling. I want to be journaling more. I haven't been journaling in a while and I don't even remember the last time I was journaling. Like, let me just check it for you. It was on 30th of April. It's quite a long time, especially since we're near the end of June, and just have this moment where I sit with my thoughts and I try to make sense of them to make something illegible on paper, coherent in a way. I want them to be sorted out into a paper. I want to know exactly what my stand on things is, what my thinking process looks like, and I think journaling is the way to do so. I desperately need to get back to it, and that's what I'm planning to do this summer. And I'm kinda getting into the idea of morning pages. So it's basically the activity that the first thing you do in the morning is give yourself 15 minutes and just write down everything that comes into your mind unfiltered, and you don't even check what it was, so just to put the stuff into the paper and start the day feeling fresh. I might be trying this out, but I need really to get used to the idea of slow mornings, because for now, when I don't have school, my mornings look like sitting on the phone for 2 hours, then rolling out of bed, doing my skincare, and coming back to my phone. And it feels productive, but I need to change that, and I might be implementing some slow mornings into my routine. They will be very helpful because this year I felt very rushed. I felt like I was constantly running out of time and I had to do everything very quickly, which didn't always work because I still do everything on the last moment. But I really need to be calming down and slowing down in the summer. I feel like I need it desperately to feel good in any way. Next thing is reading every day. That won't be a problem. I have been consistently reading every day since January 1st, and I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And I can see the change of reading every day, how my thoughts are more coherent, how I can word myself in a better way, how there's something I'm looking for every day, and it's just a non-negotiable. I have to read every single day, and it's amazing to just do that because I love how my mind literally altered itself just because I started reading again, reading every day, and the clarity it gave me, the new ideas of how I can form my thoughts is amazing. I feel so freeing. So that's basically what I also will be doing. And the next thing I have to do is finally get to work and set up my Obsidian on my laptop and then sync into my phone. Obsidian is basically a local note-taking app, so everything is stored locally on your computer or your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using Obsidian on, and it's not stored on any server. It's very customizable. There's a lot of plugins and it looks amazing. I think the first push that came to me to get into Obsidian was especially the graph view. I love all these nodes connecting each other, but I really need to get into this. I have a lot of work to do with Obsidian, and the same goes also for Notion. Notion is also a note-taking app, but it's more of a productivity app and databases app, and this is where I'll be setting more like routine, habits, goals, and everything like that. And also I need databases I know there are bases in Obsidian, but I don't really enjoy how they look, and I know there's a plugin that makes them look like Notion, but I like the idea of keeping both of them. It just like both of them I can decide, so that's what I'm going to do. Since we're on Notion and since we are on Notion databases, there's also a new point to be renewing the Notion books database they have. I want to scrap it all down and do it again. The first time it took me 3 days or 4 to do, but now I have summer and now I have 4 days I get to spend in some way, and I think I need to be implementing so many new things into the books database that I need to redo it because I simply am not satisfied with the effect it has right now. And since we're on books and since we are a topic of the database, I also will be needing to be renewing the jar project. It's basically a project where you have a jar and you put tiny pieces of paper into this jar on which you have written the titles of the books you're going to read, and you just pick it from the jar, so it doesn't give you the autonomy of choosing what book you want to read. And it's a lot better because then you will be reading the books from the jar, so books you already own, which I have to do. I have a lot of books I still didn't read and I have owned them, instead of buying new books, because you don't want to really read the ones you have on your shelf. You want to read something new, you want to feel that freshness and everything. I have jar project set up. I use it like 3 times, but there's going to be a lot of change because of the books database. Also, I have some books that aren't in the jar project, so I will be needing to be reviewing it. And I don't even have a jar. I'm using an old candle that I burned down, and it's so pretty, so I'm using it. And I have it right here. So pretty. It's from my ex-boyfriend, then boyfriend, and this is where I have all the pieces of paper, and it's quite a lot, but I feel like I won't be adding that much more to it. Next thing I have on my list is creating a digital journal, and this is really something I'm going into because I have this fear of using the physical journals that I have, of using them wrongly. So creating a digital journal will let me just experience with it without using the precious paper, I have unlimited options on my tablet. So I'm going to be creating a journal to try out new things, experiences with it a little, and I hope something good comes out of it. There are some basics on my list. I like reading articles. I have a lot saved. I would say like 400 of them. Some are short, and I have 2 months to read them, which might not seem like a lot, but when I get to reading articles, like I read like 15 at the same time. So I don't have to read them all. I want to read most of them for now, and then we'll see how my school year went. Maybe then I will have also time to read articles, but I'm scared because I'm going into my sophomore year, and it's the hardest year of high school in Poland, so it might be risky. Then I want to also watch movies and TV series. My dream goal is to watch at least one movie a week. That won't be happening, and I already know that, but I hope I get to watch some movies this summer. And next activity on my list is cleaning my Spotify playlists, sorting them, reviewing them, just working around with what I want them to look like, because I really need that, because I put on one of my playlists today. It was so uncreated because it's a book playlist, so it just really text was relating to the book, but one song could be like jazz and the next could be rap and the next could be pop, and they don't stick together, so I really need to be looking into what I want my playlist to look like. And I also want to set up a commonplace book. I already have a notebook bag for it. It's one on the bigger side. It's not a usual A5 and not A6 and not A4. It's another one, and it's kind of like leather. It probably isn't real leather, but it got that feeling to it, and it has this weird thing. I don't know how. It even has the ribbon in here, and the pages are just lined. And there's one thing I already wrote in down on it. It's with a pencil, but still. And it's the poem The Passionate Shepherd to His Lover by Christopher Marlowe. It's one of my favorite poems, and it took a whole page of this book. So I really have to be planning out how I want this space to be used, because it doesn't look too optimistic how it's going right now. And the last thing here is watching YouTube videos. Yeah, I have my 2 main YouTube playlists when I save every video I want to watch later, and one is Polish videos and the other one is English videos. And one with Polish videos isn't so scary. It has like more than 100 videos in it, but I checked today and the one with English videos has 660 videos to watch, and they're around 1 hour long. Crazy. So this is everything I will be working on this summer. It will be tiring, but I don't want to be tiring. It's just something I want to do right now. But if I don't be in the mood in the summer, then I will just be relaxing. Because this is summer, I don't have to spend it in a weird way. I don't have to be productive, it's for resting. My summer is for resting, it's not for bettering myself. Bettering myself is just something that comes from resting, because the rest will give us the clarity to start anew. And this is how I want to use my summers. I think that's all it is for today's video, and I probably see you again in next 2 weeks. I wish you the best, and bye bye.